Hi there, it's Wes, Customer Success Manager at McGraw Hill. To use the question bank in Connect is really simple and straightforward. You can use it to create practice questions, summative assessments, or anything in between. To access the question bank, log into your Connect account and go to the course. Go up to your Add Assignment button here, and then click into Question Bank. Once you load into this screen, depending on the title that you have, you'll have a range of different resources that are available to you. Now, as standard, all of the chapters are broken down, as you can see here. You may also have additional resources up along the top, depending on the title that you're using. And you may also be able to pull from additional resources by using the drop-down menu up here. Some titles have got additional banks of questions and resources for you to be able to use. For this, I'm going to go and click into the chapter 2 that I want, or chapter 3 that I want to go and use. Once you click into the chapter that you want, it'll give you a breakdown of all the different banks of questions that you have available for this resource. Now, almost all titles will have a test bank, which are mainly multiple choice questions. And depending on the title that you're using, you may have a range of different resources that are in here. For example, this title has got some video-based questions, Excel simulations, case studies, and end of chapter questions. If you're using a title that has an algorithmic section in here, this is a computational question, meaning that the students are able to have different numerical values, but have the same root question. So for now, what I'm going to do is going to go down into the test bank and click select into here. Now we can see I've got 93 questions in the test bank for chapter 3 of this title. I can click into an individual question to have a look at it and see if I like it or not. And if I like this question, I can go and click add this question into here. I have the option to add as an individual question, which means all students will do this particular question, or I can add it to a pool where students are able to get a selection of the questions from there. So I'm going to add this as an individual question for now. If I want to go back to the list of questions, scroll up and go over to the list button here next to where it says view. Now onto this screen, we're going to just have a look at how we can filter easily. So I don't really want any essay questions to be included. And I can also tag by levels of blooms, difficulty, learning objective and topic. And some titles will have additional filters that you can put in there based on the content that is covered. So for this, I'm going to only select lower level of blooms questions. I click the filter results button and now I have 23 questions in here. As you can see, I have a little plus icon here, which means that this question is already in. So I could go and add multiple questions in to my assessment like this. If we now go back up to the top, we can see I've got 4 out of 4 questions that the students are going to do. If I wanted to add a range of questions for them to add as a pool, which is very good for creating more secure assessments or giving students the opportunity to practice and get different questions each time. When I click add to a pool, I could call this chapter 3 test bank and decide how many questions out of those they're going to do. So now we can see at the top, they're going to do 5 questions and there are 9 possible that are in there. If you want to create an assignment out of different chapters, if I want to now go to somewhere else, I can go and click this select a different question source and then go and choose either from within the same chapter or come back up and look into another chapter within here. Some of the questions that are in here will be section break questions, which means there are a number of questions attached to this one. These you cannot add as part of a pool. If you set the section break, it'll collect all of the questions that are associated with, in this case, the video, and you can set them as individual questions. Once I give myself a name, if you want to put instructions in there, you can do that as well. And when you're ready to move on, click Organize Assignment. This will now allow me to see all the questions that I have in here. Individual questions are listed out one by one, and then pools of questions are put together. So if I expand that out, I can see all the questions that are inside this pool. If I want to change how many questions from the pool a student is doing, click the drop-down box and then change. That means out of those 5 questions, students will do 3 of them. So there are 7 out of 9 questions assigned. This will allow you to create nice, diverse pools of questions to make sure that you're giving students lots of practice opportunity, or alternatively, making sure that your exams are designed in a secure way where there's less opportunity for students to cheat. Once you've done all of this, click the continue button. You'll be taken through to the policies page. There is a separate video around policies and how to manage them, but from here you can choose one of the 4 presets and edit the settings within those presets. But watch the video on assignment policies to get a little bit more information about how this works. Once you're happy and you set a due date and a start date, click review and assign. You'll be taken through to a confirmation page in here that'll tell you the name, where it's going, and you can make any last minute changes into there, and then just click assign. That will make this live for students. If you want to keep it for editing later on, you can click save and exit. It'll save your progress, but it won't be visible or available to students. So I'm going to click assign now, and we can see here now my practice questions have appeared and I'll be able to use them in my course. That's all for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.